1 week every single year in a seemingly quiet town in Oregon, the Pendleton Roundup opens its gates and thousands of fans flood the stands to watch the one and only rodeo that you are ever going to find on real life grass. It's always exciting. It adds a moment of intensity to every single run. And afterwards, maybe to shake off some of those nerves and celebrate a great day at Pendleton, you might find yourself in that famous Letterbuck room or enjoying some of those tasty treats that you see out there. There's shopping, there's food, there's action, and we're going to bring all of that to you and more here on Rodeo Live. It's time for Rodeo Live indeed. Welcome everyone that is tuning in at home on the Cowboy Channel and live here in the crowd. We are at the Pendleton Roundup. This is Rodeo Live presented by Track Supply. I'm your host, Sierra Spratt, and alongside me, a lovely panel of hosts I have today. Tim O'Connell, Jordan Jo Hollabaugh, and way down there, Luke Branquinho.
Yeah, I could barely hear you, but thank you for calling me lovely.
Yeah, of course. It rhymed with your name, so I went with it. But we are so excited to bring you all the action. It is Short Go Saturday here at the Pendleton Roundup. All week long, Cowboys and Cowgirls have been given it. They're all here on the grass, despite its challenges and potentially dangerous outcomes. They are here for the Short Go, and we cannot wait to bring you all of that. It's a beautiful day here in Pendleton, Oregon. I'm doing great. I don't know. You guys might be a little bit toasty in your suit jackets down there. Everyone okay?
I mean, I think I'm good. We all had a fashion panel here earlier, jacket or no jacket. You know, I got dressed by the Buck and Palomino boutique over here in Pendleton, so we decided jacket because we're professional and, yeah.
She asked my opinion. I said no jacket, but my fashion advice means nothing.
Sierra is way more fashionable than you are.
Anyways, let's talk about rodeo.
Indeed. Let's talk about rodeo. I'm sure you guys all have very unique experiences at such a unique rodeo. Tim, we'll start with you. When you think about the Pendleton Roundup, what's the one word that comes to mind?
Letterbuck.
That is not one word, but okay. Jordan, what about you? What do you think of when you think about Pendleton?
Exciting.
Grass. I mean, what rodeo do you go to where you're on the grass? And I will have to say, I did place in the team roping here one time. Yeah, just everybody know that. It was the first round. Yeah, documented. I have the check framed at home. Mitch Hutchinson, my partner, we stuck it on one in the first round. I thought I was going to get the all-around. Made it back in the steer wrestle in the short round. I did not win the all-around, by the way.
Way to drop the ball.
But the team rope, how about that? Come on, give me some credit.
Is that when they brought your check by horse and buggy, too?
Talk about that. Anyway, let's go. Let's continue.
I'm very sorry that you did not get that victory, Luke. But let's talk about what's at stake here today. Let's break down the format of those winners and how they get to that winner's circle and get that amazing saddle here at the Pendleton Roundup. Top 12 in each event are coming in tonight for the finals. On the rough stock side, there's a 2-head aggregate score, but the rest of the timed event side, 2-head aggregate, the past performance, and the finals here. So we got a 2-head and a 3-head, technically. Now, when it's all said and done, I mean, it's kind of a different format that you see compared to, say, Puyallup, where we were just at, where it's a clean slate, winner takes all right then and there. This is an aggregate. So, Luke, how would that change all these athletes' mindsets coming into it?
Yeah, and I think with the aggregate, you still have to go at it. You still have to run at every steer, especially coming in the short round. We see guys that are coming in at the bottom that need to get big checks to move up in the world standings and to get those all important playoff points, right? So you have to go at it. There's no backing down. I don't care if you're first or coming in 12th, you better be gunning at them.
Now, Jordan, is that the same on the breakaway side? I mean, are we still going at them? Because we're going to get into it a little bit later, but there's some risk in the breakaway.
You know, I do think you're going at them now. The grass is really chewed up, so it's not like it was that first roll out of the box in the slack where it's a little iffy which way you go. But yeah, you've got to go at them anytime in the breakaway. We're so close together today. It starts at 2-3. There's a heap of 2-7s, a heap of 3 flats. It's going to be anybody's game. It's going to be who draws good today and who capitalizes on that.
Now, you're the rough stock man, Tim. This is going to be a little bit different. It's a 2-head. So is it completely different than the timed events?
Not really. You have to go at these horses and bulls because you're changing surface in the rides. You start in the dirt, you start in the tall buck and shoots, and 80 to 90% of these horses in this long run are going to make that grass. And that grass is at an angle back to you. So even a really nice horse is going to get stronger when she hits the grass. A really hard horse is going to get extremely difficult when he hits the grass. There's more footing, there's more power. There's a lot of things that can go wrong if they hit the grass, as far as the power and strength of the bucking horse really going into their favor. So you have to be extremely disciplined to go at them as best you can before they get to that grass.
It's getting exciting. There's so much at stake here today. I mean, not just for such a prestigious title as to win this rodeo, but also we got to talk about the Gov Cup that's coming up, because this is an important rodeo for those people who are just outside of it, or maybe they're already in and they just want to add some more to their standings. But here, let's break it down here with this lovely graphic. We got the top 4 coming in for Puyallup. That's everybody that made the short go. They're already in when they came into Puyallup. We got the top 4, and then the rest that fill that 12 contestants for the Governor's Cup is the top 8 in the playoff standings. And this is where it gets a little tricky. So if there is somebody that isn't in the top 4 and the top 8, they're going to roll down in the standings. So really, you're going to look at that and think, oh, I got that figured out, got that math, but everything might change here after today. And those roll downs might change. They might push it up, might push it back. We really don't know what's going to happen until everything shakes out here in the short go.
Yeah, and there's other rodeos going on that are also tour standing or playoff standing rodeos, with Albuquerque, and then you have Mandan coming up next week. That's a huge rodeo. So getting the all-important points here is awesome, but you have to keep continuing to try to get those spots at Sioux Falls.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, I know in the breakaway we have girls that are at Abilene that are going to be in Mandan but aren't in Puyallup, and we're not in Puyallup through Mandan. So Sioux Falls is huge, but if there's like a little bit of run around. Plus, we're looking at rodeo count too, because we're at breakaway and barrels a little different. Breakaway 80 is our rodeo count. So these people are running down to where they have 10 to 7 to 5 rodeos here within the next few weeks. So it's like, where are you going to go? How are you going to pick? There's a lot of strategy involved.
And the other thing you got to look at point protection at that point too. If you turn out of a rodeo, you lose 10 tour points if it is a tour rodeo. So if you are sitting there in the bareback riding, for example, they're looking at the 12th guy, which is Tilden Hooper right now, because the top 4 in Puyallup were inside that top 8 already. So they're going to go all the way down to the 12th man, Tilden being that guy. If he has a horse, he's also on the bubble as well. You have to start thinking, is money more important than points? Is the money at Sioux Falls worth getting on a horse that I know I'm probably not going to place on, probably not going to win on, but do I protect those 10 points to make sure I solidify myself into Sioux Falls?
Well, and to that point, Tim, you don't have to win money at those tour rodeos because they drop down in the how you
top 20.
You might win 20th and get a couple points. So yeah, that's very important to look into that way too.
Yes, the points are very important, the money is very important, and here at the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo, we do have some exciting, I'm going to call it breaking news when it comes to Money Won, because I'm pretty sure for the very first time over, we're going to have our track supply winning moment here. On the cowgirl end of things, we have Brittany Carlson here from Hermiston, Oregon, home state cowgirl. She has gotten money in the breakaway, and she's coming into the short go here in the breakaway and the barrel racing. You might be thinking, oh, that's awesome. She's got double the chances. But the main thing that she has on the line in contention for is an all-around title, going against the boys, going against the girls. And that is something that we don't usually see.
We don't. And, adding the breakaway in 2019, we've had it for 6 years here, so there's 2 women's events. What a phenomenal opportunity. And, just for the fact that girls can dream, like, they can be an all-around champion. Like, Stetson Wright who? You know what I mean? But it's pretty cool to know that we have that opportunity here and that Pendleton is going to honor that, and we might see our first all-around all-girl champion today.
It's going to be very exciting. We'll get more into the breakaway end and the barrel racing end, but also on the men's side here for our Truck Supply winning moment, we are going to highlight Jasek Frost, the bareback rider. Tim, I believe you probably want to take it over from here talking about Jasek.
I mean, when you're hot, you're hot. And for Jasek to be this hot at the end of the season to get his first chance at an NFR qualification, that's a guy that's kind of sat there around that 20th to 15th, bounced in and out a majority of his career. To go to Puyallup, strike lightning, hit it off, 91.5 points, punch his ticket to Sioux Falls, get a big check out of there, pushes him all the way up to, I believe, the 16th spot. 4 days later, he comes to the Pendleton Roundup, and he's leading the pack going into the finals. I mean, Jasek, this is so huge because that's about a $7,000 check on top of what he's already won. He's going to move up close to that 13th, 14th, and start getting that separation that he needs not to be the 15th guy.
Well, and to talk on that point, Tim, it's not necessarily he has to go win first. At this point of the year, you go get checks. Now, I don't know what the draw is. I know we're going to get into that later. But you want a guy in his position, I need to go get checks. It might be second, it might be third, because that amount of money win at those places, it's going to really help catapult.
Well, yeah, he already got the big check that he needed in Puyallup. And you're 100% right. Now you have to change the mindset. You got to change the strategy behind it. I got to keep gaining checks. I got to keep myself away from the 15th man. I don't have to go catch the 15th man anymore.
Well, and building on that momentum, like you said, when you're hot, and you have that confidence step by step. Talk you through what that does for you as an athlete, mentally knowing, hey, we've got 3 weeks left, but I think I'm closing the gap.
Like you said, when you're hot, you're hot. When you're the hot man in rodeo, you can do no wrong. Everything feels great, everything rides great, and the checks just flow in. It's just working perfectly at the right time for him.
I mean, it's razor-thin margins there at the bubble. I believe it was a little over $1,600 is all from 16th position to 15th position. So it's going to come right down to the wire. And continuing into the bareback, we have a couple of matchups and people that we're going to be looking at here today in the short go, Tim.
Yeah, with Rocker Steiner turning out of Pendleton, it opened the door for the shuffle for second place. Rocker has a $70,000 lead on second right now, which is Bradley Miller. Between Sam Peterson, Jess Pope, and Bradley Miller, there's about a $10,000 gap. Bradley's coming in at the bottom of the pack right now, has a good horse. It's just doing what Bradley does. He's going out there spurring horses, making money, getting into short goes, doing exactly what he did from round 1 of the national finals last year. He caught lightning in a bottle out there, and he hasn't turned it out yet. He's just consistently winning out here, and he's doing a great job with a great horse underneath him. But the guy that is really scary for Rocker Steiner is Jess Pope. Been to the finals 5 times, won the average 3 times. I seen a statistic the other day. He's won more money at the national finals than he has in the regular season career of his. That's like a Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And the guy today, he's won second at this rodeo, probably has the best horse in the pen at Land of Fancy, not going to hit the grass. This is a good chance for Jess to win today.
And I believe Land of Fancy is who they won this rodeo on last year.
Yeah, Land of Fancy has been so good and doesn't get to that grass. But here's a young kid going to go to his first NFR, Sam Peterson. I mean, I'm not going to say he was overlooked by any means last year, but I don't think he knew how to rodeo last year. I don't think he understood the books meant just as much as the bareback riding. Because when it comes to bareback riding, this kid is lights out. Him and Game Trail today, I really do think it'll come down to a shootout between him and Jess, who's going to get this W, get the buckle, the saddle, and everything that goes with it. But I mean, it's a star-studded lineup of everybody in this. And besides the race for number 2, there's a lot of players to the 15th spot in this. You got 4 or 5 guys that are sitting there on the bubble. The tour playoffs are going to come into play on this. There's a lot on the line in the short round today.
And you're going to be able to see here the rider on the far left of this graphic, and then in that parentheses we have where they're currently at in the world ranking. So even more of an insight there of who really needs to step it up and who maybe is a little bit safer, so to speak.
Well, and I think we've seen a lot of shuffling too, which is really exciting. And then this time of the year, it's gotten to where July used to be the huge month. September is like the biggest month of money right now with the Gov Cup, with Mandan, with all of these rodeos. So I think it's phenomenal to see the shuffle. It's hard if you've been rodeoing all year long and winning, and then all of a sudden all these people come in. I feel like anywhere from 11th to 20th really isn't safe right now and where they're going into the NFR.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And you could look at where they were in the standings. There's guys that is 11th, 10th, 11th that if they stop winning now, they're not going to make the national finals. This time, 10 years ago, if you were 10th in the world standings, I can guarantee you had a ticket punched. That's not how it is. I mean, really, the 7th guy should not be thinking he's got a ticket. And
that's where it kind of is right now. It's the 6th, 7th hole. You're getting close to the cut line, but there's a lot of tickets left on the bus. The train's rolling.
Yeah. speaking of, we have one cowboy from California that's going to be joining us here. Coming up after this break, Lefty Holman is an NFR qualifier, and he's battling that bubble right now. He's going to be up here joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Tractor Supply. For life out here.
And welcome back, everybody tuning in on the Cowboy Channel. This is Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. We have a great crowd that is watching this show live, and of course, all those fans are packing the stands right now because we are getting closer and closer, 57 minutes, 40 seconds before the short go happens, and we find out who is going to be the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo Champions of 2025. I'm your host, Sierra Spratt. Joined by me again, my lovely panel of hosts, Tim O'Connell, Jo Hollabaugh, Luke Branquinho, and Lefty Holman is joining us at the desk. Lefty, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I got to mention really quick, because we were talking about how cool would it be if we got Lefty on the show. What do you guys think? And Mr. Luke Branquinho just got out his phone, made a quick call. About 15 seconds later, yep, he's on.
Yeah, when you got a guy like Lefty in your phone because he's been on the Luke Branquinho show, you know he's going to pick up. He's going to have you on again, right? Which I will. But the question is, Lefty, looking at the standings all year long, we're like, where's Lefty Holman at? Where's Lefty Holman at? You and your wife had a newborn. Mm-hmm. You got injured. I mean, this has kind of been a different year for you, and now you're battling back to get in the top 15.
Yeah, I've learned a lot this year, Luke. It's been a dogfight since the very beginning. You know, it's just not the best luck, tough draws, getting hurt. Some years it just feels like you're the man, right? And I'm sure you understand. Yeah. It feels like there's nothing you could do wrong. You just win, and then there's years like this where you just got to dog it out and fight it out, and it's been one of those years.
How do you maintain that confidence? Because I know that you've never stopped believing in your riding, in your ability, and what you can do and dress up these horses. How do you maintain that confidence when it's not going your way?
I'd say my faith. Yeah, my faith in God. Pray a lot, and I have a great support system. You know, I have the best supporters in the world. My dad, my wife, my beautiful little baby that just look to them, and they give me all the confidence.
Well, and I think anybody that follows you on social media understands the positive mindset you have and your faith and the family support. And anybody that rodeos, we talk about this on the show, anybody that rodeos, you have to have that just to be able to have that championship mindset.
Yeah, it's a long year, as you know, Luke. You know, we go to 100 rodeos, a lot of scary bucking horses, a lot of miles, a lot of time being away from the family, which is sacrifice, you know. But you just got to maintain it. At the end of the day, we got the best job in the world. You know, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. So I like to remind myself that and just have faith.
I mean, when I look at it, and what you're going through right now just reminds me of 18 for me. That's when we had our first son. I wasn't riding good. I wasn't drawing good. I was consistently injured and just in a dogfight until it got to the point where things were just okay again. Like, you found the new norm inside your family. And where I went from that was I just started looking at years where you could do no wrong. And then you have this year that I can do no right. I'm always in the fight. I'm right there, then I'm back out. I'm back up in there, I'm right back out. Like this constant battle. How are you going to go into next year looking at this year and the years where you dominated and married the two for the new norm for your life?
I think the years you dominate, you're just not thinking that much about it. You're going out there, you're having fun, you're not thinking too much about it. And this year, the last couple of years have been good, so I kind of thought I was the man. And this year, I learned rodeo will humble you pretty quick, so you got to dog it out to the bitter end. Yeah.
Now, Lefty, we love looking at the riders, but we also love looking at their matchups and the horsepower. And we did mention Black Tie as one of those standout horses. I mean, I'm sure you have a high opinion of that horse.
Oh my God, that horse is once in a lifetime. You guys are about to see it today. It gets 5 feet off the ground, kicking over its head every jump. Just an amazing animal.
Now, I remember in Vegas a couple of years ago, you were on that show with Katie Coffin, and she asked your dream horse to get on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And you said, oh, never been on Black Tie. And that next night, that round, you not only drew that horse, but you won the round on that horse.
I think we manifested that.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think we even have the video that we're going to be able to play. Do we have it? We do.
What is the one horse you want to get on and haven't?
I haven't been on Black Tie yet.
I mean, that's a pretty awesome video. How many times have you watched that video? Be honest.
A lot. A lot, especially when things aren't going your way. I always go back and look at old rides, and I got a notebook, and I journal everything down, how everything's feeling. And I remember my stirrups felt a tick longer in that ride, and I wrote that down, and I actually went back to that just a couple months ago just to kind of get that feeling back.
That's really cool. Well, Tim, I want you to take us even further into the weeds there with Black Tie, because you've got some incredible stats on this horse.
Well, this horse used to be a bareback, and she was just a good bareback. But when they switched her over to the bronc riding, she went from being just a good horse to a once-in-a-lifetime horse, just like Lefty said. The things that she has done, and what people don't understand about this horse either, put into human terms, this horse tore her ACL. This was basically a made-up surgery that a vet went and fixed this horse's ACL and comes back, and she goes and wins the 2022 World Championship. Her stats are unbelievable. Whether you're an NFR, a world champion, or just a young kid, the timing of this horse, like Lefty said, the amount of time she gets off the ground, the timing she gives you, the head control she puts back in you, the kick that comes with it, you have to feel like you're up there for an eternity in that second. And she makes this beautiful picture for the judges to watch. I mean, 22 horse of the year, average stock score is 44. They've won this rodeo's short round the last 3 years in a row on this horse. 91, a 90. I mean, and the stats on this just in the regular season, 91.5, 92, the 88s. And these are all competitors getting on this horse. This isn't just the mainstream guys you see at the national finals. This horse gives you a shot to win in any situation with any caliber guy on her back. That is a dream of luck and horse.
So now, Lefty, maybe so we can manifest again, what's the next horse now that maybe you're hoping that you're going to get on one day?
There's so many good ones out there now. Just whenever they run that one underneath you, you have to take advantage of it.
Especially this time of year, and you've been doing that right here in the fall. You winning Albuquerque, going to get a big check out of there. Short round today. I mean, with what you in this one round today, you have a good chance of keeping yourself up at the top.
Yeah, I call it chopping wood, Luke. Been chopping a lot of wood the last 2 weeks. I think I've won around 20,000 the last 2 weeks. So just keep my head down. It's far from being over. Just got to stay focused and just go one horse at a time.
Yeah, well, and I think we've seen you building that momentum, and it's cool as an athlete because we're guaranteed, losses through this. So we've got to be prepared for them. So I love to see you and athletes of all caliber, Tim's talking about stuff, rising up and rising above and then coming back. That's the stories we love to hear.
It's the best thing in the world. Momentum is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Now, Lefty, while we have you on the desk here, we're going to go over the rest of the matchups. I mean, we want to get your take on it. Who are you watching today? Who are you thinking, oh man, this guy's got a real chance, besides yourself, of course?
Hard to bet against Black Tie, especially in this arena with Weston. That's going to be a 91, 92-point bronc ride. Catwalk is a great one. That's another one. Cowboy Fool is a great bucking horse. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight out there, so you guys are not going to want to miss it.
Well, I want to hear about the dogfight with Big Sky Bell.
Big Sky Bell's going to get a big spur out and go out there, hopefully get a good score. It's a young horse. It's a 5-year-old, so who knows what could happen out here on the grass. Maybe it doesn't want to go on the grass. Maybe it stacks up. Maybe we get a 90. We're going to give it everything we got.
Well, and talk about the atmosphere here today. It's going to be a sold-out crowd, and the atmosphere everywhere we go is different. From buildings to outdoor arenas, every setup is different. Can you feel that electricity come through those horses and into you guys?
Oh, absolutely. On a setup like this in Pendleton, on the short round, it's going to be electric out there, and the boys are going to be hollering on the grass.
Well, we can't wait to watch you. We want to all wish you the best of luck competing here today and for the rest of the year. Let's see you in that Thomas and Mack again, huh?
I'm planning on it.
We plan on it too. Good luck with everything. Thank you so much, Lefty. When we come back, don't go anywhere. We're going to get a little more into that grass and the mechanics and the risks that you're going to see and how these competitors try to help to avoid some of those slippages. Do not go anywhere. We're going to bring you more action. We'll see you soon. On the Cowboy Channel, I am joined once again by Tim O'Connell, Jordan Jo Hollabaugh, and Luke Branquinho. It was so lovely to be able to have Lefty Holman up here talking a little bit about that mindset on the bubble watch. We wish him the best of luck. And we got to talk about the conditions, I think, of Pendleton is a good way to describe it because it is unique to any other rodeo. This is the only rodeo that you're going to find all season long on grass. Luke, you talk about first, how scary can that be?
Well, it can be, especially in the team roping and barrel racing, those events where horses actually have to turn, but team roping horses are so impressive in this ground. But we talk about the way the athletes shoe their horses throughout the year, but not many people talk about how they shoe them here at Pendleton.
Right, and Pendleton, to me and Sierra, I think you can agree, we've both been a little scared here before. Like, I just have to shut my eyes and say, I'm going to go fast, I'm going to go fast. Any turn the calf takes too, your horse is taking that. So right now we see in these performances, the grass is really chewed up, and so it's pretty safe out there, I would say. But when we start with the slack, like, it's a little dewy and it's really fresh, and you're running out and you're running fast. And so you and I have both had some slips here at Pendleton.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I might have had an experience or something there. I'm not really sure. But we're going to take a look here right now at the breaker roping just to really see, right there, that was Jordan.
So
Jo,
that
do you
was
remember
in
that one?
2019, first run down the grass. I didn't really have the best horse selection here. I picked one that slid to a stop, which never has she been back. She's okay. She is safe and sound, but she did slip out from underneath herself. It literally scared about 10 years of growth out of me. That's why I'm so short. But
And here I go down right now. So the difference between you and I's runs right there is my foot was stuck in the stirrup that went completely down with the full weight of my horse. I broke my foot, ankle, in a few different places, but hey, we're back. And Luke, do you remember this show last year? I was on crutches, up to the stage.
Yeah, I think you had a leg kicked.
I had a leg kicked, I think, on your knee to keep it elevated.
Well, and one way that we have to prevent, I don't know if you guys can see this here, but this isn't ice, these are ice nails. And so what they do is, you can see, these are normal shoes, and these are ice nails. And so what we do is we bring our horses in. Mr. Shad in the back, he made this for me, and they jerk a couple of the normal shoes out. They put these ice nail shoes in, which were a little bit elevated, and they're more so like cleats, so they give them a little bit of grip on the grass as much as we possibly can. You see a lot of people put these in, and as soon as we're done competing, Shad pulls them out there in the back too. So as soon as you put them in, after you're done competing here at Pendleton, you pull them out. It doesn't affect your horse. It just gives them a little bit more stability.
Yeah, and a fun fact here is horseshoers make a pretty good living. You have them see them lined up out there back when the contestants start pulling in. Hey, how do you want these horses' feet shod differently, either rim shoes or ice nails? And Lee Olson's a friend of mine, Maverick brother, class of 2020 plus best class ever. He's back there just nailing them on, and he knows how to get the job done.
Yeah.
So
there's a row of horses literally when the slack starts. That's like the atmosphere is electric here at Pendleton. A row of horses. You can hear the ice nails being hammered in. You know it's time to run one down the hill.
I think that just really adds, of course, to the uniqueness, but also it really shows the horsepower of it, because you might not have the same horse that you're going to ride all season. You might want one that's a little more ground smart, more of a veteran. And I think especially in the team roping even, you can see how training has come into that to make sure you're safe on the grass.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people here now, and as I've learned, you definitely choose your horse that you want to ride here at Pendleton. I'm fortunate today. I'm getting to ride my horse, Shelly Scrivener's horse. He's awesome. He's ready for the grass. He's prepared, and the way he formats it, it's good. And so every horse here is kind of prepared for the grass.
yeah, and they have to be, just training, getting here, it's so important. So, again, we talked about the team roping, how important it is for those horses, maybe not get on their hind end so much, kind of stay up on their front end in all the events. And again, going back to team roping, how important is it for them?
Oh, extremely important. We're going to highlight a couple of team roper teams that we're going to see here today, starting off with Luke Brown and Trey Yates. And Luke, I know you and I had talked about that this is pretty important for these guys.
Yeah, 18th and 16th in the standings. I think Luke Brown's 10K back, and Trey Yates is 2,500 back. So this is an important run. They did make it to the 4-man at Puyallup, so they're on to Sioux Falls. But we talk about all the time, Tim, you want to get as much money won before you get there so you don't have to bank on it.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances, because just like the NFR and Sioux Falls, it owes you nothing. Just because there's $65,000 up for grabs don't mean that you're just going to go and get $65,000 and go on to the Riding Ring National Finals. You have got to get yourself in a safer position before you get there.
Here's another team we're going to definitely be keeping a close eye on today. That's Brenton Hall and Caden Profili. They're coming in #1 in the average by over a second right now.
And I think these guys have just been slowly chipping away all year long. They haven't won first everywhere, but their name has been present. They've been placing. They are making a statement here at Pendleton, and hopefully it sets up for them today.
Yeah, and they're a ways down in the playoff standings, but a big win here could bump them close enough where, again, we talk about next week with Mandan, the Rough Riders Cup. There's a chance for big money there to help getting them higher in the standings.
Right. Well, and two, with the Gov Cup coming up, Pendleton and Mandan are going to be Tier 1. So you're going to have the most points available to win to take into the Gov Cup for the Sioux Falls standings, and that's what you want at this time of the year.
Here's the rest of the matchups that we're going to be seeing today here, all of these teams. There's a few guys there that are kind of sticking out to me. I mean, of course, you've got Tyler Wade, Wesley Thorpe coming in. They know exactly how to win in every arena. But, Tim, which team out here is maybe your pick? Maybe not.
I mean, I like Dustin Ingrid Squeeze and JC Flake.
Of course you do.
That's a great team, proven winners, and they're right there on the cusp of taking this. I mean, they can go out there and be fast any given time.
Well, and just really quick, what about Dylan Hancock and Cole Clemens, the calf ropers? They were entered in the wild cow milking last week at Ellensburg. They entered in the team roping, and they're making it back here. I mean, we got to give a shout out to those boys.
Yeah, and you could look at that as well. There's also guys that you don't see really rope much at all throughout the season, but Pendleton is where a lot of local guys that are very handy with ropes come out and make the short round. We see it every year.
We definitely do. Another thing that we always see every year is the barrel racing, the Green Mile. It is always very exciting because it is something that you are not going to see anywhere else. And our Las Tunas horsepower to watch is none other than Lisa Lockhart's Cutter, that specific horse that she always rides every year and has great success at the Pendleton Roundup. We're going to be able to break down one of her runs here. Cutter, I think why she picks Cutter, I mean, of course you're going to pick a horse that is free running all the way in, but you can see right here coming into that second barrel, he drops his shoulder just a little bit. I know she can feel that because her weight then starts to shift to the outside. She has to pick up that outside rein to make sure he doesn't hit that barrel. But he gets by it. I mean, it's a long stretch all the way to that second. You can see on the third there, she adjusts after that. She's like, all right, I got a new game plan. He might drop in here. She then makes sure her weight is a little more on that outside, and she's getting that inside spur really good all the way into that third barrel. And as soon as he sets, he has a great barrel here and finishes it off. And finally, I think what sets Cutter apart is look at how hard this horse is running home. You see all the horses, they're not fully extended like that. They're not giving it everything they got. It looks like he just started running on the way home.
He did, and he's a phenomenal athlete. What an awesome testament to him. I've seen her run him at the NFR in a 13-second pattern, and then to run in a 28-second pattern. What a testament to that horse. Justin McKee said yesterday that she had trained him since he was a yearling. So you know Lisa's got to be proud and have a ton of confidence running in there on this horse today.
Definitely, and coming in the reigning champion, she's coming in here number 2 tonight, so I'm sure she's got confidence from last year, confidence in Cutter. I can't wait to see it. We just saw a few of their stats of 2025. Lisa's having a great year coming in number 8, but also we have another exciting, I think anyway, the barrel racer to watch because she is on that bubble, and I love when it comes down to Pendleton, a rodeo like this with the bubble, and that's Taylor Winkins.
I tell you what, I was in the stands yesterday because I wanted to watch the barrel race and their performance. She was back there. She was wound up. This was a money run for her. I think it maybe secured her for the NFR. I'm not sure, but it got her a lot closer. Went in the round here, tie-in with Lisa. You know what? She was pumped up. She was slapping herself like a boxer. Just preparing herself. And then she comes out and makes a clutch run. Like, the crowd just went wild at Pendleton Roundup yesterday. Sold out crowd. You could just feel the atmosphere. I was standing up cheering for her. It was phenomenal, so it's pretty exciting.
Arguably there was no mistakes in that run, and for a run to be that long, that's pretty impressive.
Well, just like you said, a clutch run in a situation where you never make this run anywhere else in the United States or Canada in professional rodeo at all. This is the one rodeo a year where you're going to go out there and see how hard these horses can run, not just how fast and accurate they can be in a 13-second pattern. Let's just see if they can run the length of a football field 3 times.
Yeah, we were able to see there Taylor is 11th or 12th here right now coming in the world, which we talked about that's great, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything yet because September is the big money month.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, she secured that, I think it was anywhere from 7,000 to 5,000 with the split probably. She has another chance here today. She's going to get a chance for average money, for go-round money, and then on to the rest of the season. So it's just done nothing. Pendleton has set it up for an exciting season to finish off in September.
It always is. We can't wait to watch those 12 ladies run the Green Mile one more time here in the Pendleton Arena. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, the spotlight is going to shift a little bit from those amazing athletes to those amazing young warriors. The Golden Circle of Champions is an incredible thing that they get to do today where they highlight some of those awesome kiddos that are battling for their lives right now. Do not go anywhere. That story is next, and you won't want to miss it.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by RM43, Serious Weed Control, and Las Tunas, International Horse Breeder.
And welcome back, everyone, here at the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo. This is Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. You can see the fans are rolling in, and those stands are going to be jam-packed to watch the final short go here of the Pendleton Roundup. And it's an incredible day because this is the Golden Circles of Champions. This is Gold Day, where we get to honor the Golden Circle of Champions. And our very own Justin McKee from the Cowboy Channel was able to catch up with our founder. Check it out.
Golden Circle of Champions Day. Tina Tanasha from California is the founder, and I know you love this day at the Pendleton Roundup.
I love this day. Best day ever. I'm so excited. They have done an incredible job with their Golden Circle Champions program, raising lots of money for local kids. We're going to have some special champions here today with us. Just an amazing time, and what better place than here at Pendleton.
Let's reacquaint the people watching today of what the Golden Circle is all about.
Golden Circle is all about bringing joy to our pediatric cancer patients up and down the coast, up and down across America. The Western industry has just amazingly adopted this program and bringing in champions left and right to these rodeos. You know, there's no one more of a champion, Justin, than a child fighting cancer. And that's what we're all about. We're all about making sure they know that they are the true champions.
And those kids need some heroes. We've got heroes all over rodeo. Our rodeo contestants are connecting to these individuals in a team effort, one-on-one. And the contestants pro rodeo are absolutely falling in love with this whole idea.
Oh, they have done some incredible things with these kids. Incredible. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, but our cowboys and cowgirls, they're amazing, and they have just adopted this program. They've adopted these kids. They keep in touch with them for years. It's amazing. It's an incredible, incredible thing that has started blossoming in our Western industry, and we're so grateful for that.
And really quick, there's a big local tie right here at Pendleton.
A big local tie right here at Pendleton with our chairman, Adrian. Adrian, she is incredible. Her son also had leukemia. And so she understands firsthand what this is like. And she has embraced this program and just done an incredible job. And we're so proud of how she's grown the program here at Pendleton and where it's going to go.
And what is this month?
This month is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, Justin.
There you go. Golden Circle of Champions. That's why we're wearing the yellow scarves. You'll see them all over the arena today.
Well, and these scarves are iconic for a reason. You know, these Pendleton scarves are unique. The yellow Golden Circle of Champions scarves that we see at Las Vegas are unique. But I have to say, I have trouble not tearing up watching this. I have a Golden Circle of Champions champion. Her name is Zoe. She was battling leukemia. Last year at the NFR, I got to meet her. She was cancer-free. She got it back this year. Now she's cancer-free again. I got this amazing video. It's on my social medias. Y'all go look it out or look at it. It was just amazing. Her mom sent it to me, and she's holding this big sign that says, "I'm cancer-free, and there's good things to come." So this program is something that's totally touched my heart. It's such a blessing. Like you sacrifice one day of your life at the NFR or any time at any of these rodeos. Every rodeo is picking up the Golden Circle Champions, but it means so much to these kids. They look up to us as cowboys and cowgirls. They don't feel sorry for themselves. They're fighting. They're warriors, and it's truly a blessing, and it changes your perspective on rodeo in and out of the arena.
It really does, and I agree. I mean, I've been able to see some of those champions come in and meet their heroes, you know, and I mean, it's just been so amazing to watch because it almost seems like the tables turn, and then suddenly that rodeo competitor is like, no, now you're my hero, actually. And it's been so fun to be able to watch such an amazing foundation get the spotlight that it deserves, especially today.
Yeah, and these kids, you know, I know Taylor Santos had one of his champions, like literally went to every California rodeo he could get to, holding up a sign for Taylor, and so it's pretty exciting. These kids are honored in the perf later this afternoon, and it means so much to them. It means a lot to me, and I know I'll forever be a part of the Golden Circle.
Well, we can't wait to watch those kids get the spotlight they deserve as awesome young little warriors. It'll be right around the time that the bull riding will be coming out here at the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo. We got to be talking about Jordan Spears coming up here in the bull riding. What do you think, Tim?
Jordan Spears has found himself in this situation time and time again, and he always gets the job done. Last year, he was fighting for the bubble spot, pulls it out on the very last week, finds himself in a very similar situation where a lot of guys don't like being on that bubble. They feel that pressure. They crack under that pressure. Jordan Spears seems to thrive underneath that pressure. He comes in, he doesn't rodeo that hard in the winter, into the spring. Usually starts at the California run, works himself into the summer, finds himself right there at the top 15 in the world right at the end of the year, usually pulls it out. I mean, this is Jordan Spears to a T.
You have said that, or we have noticed that every year Jordan Spears has made the national finals. You do not see his name in the top until the fall, and then like, wait, where did Jordan Spears come from? And that, to me, you have to be mentally tough to go ahead and just get it done the last quarter and a half of the season, and that's what Jordan Spears does every year.
Well, yeah, and this is the hardest part of the season because the people that need to win, they're winning, and the people that aren't, needing them not to win, sometimes they're struggling, and so it just always is the hardest time of year, I think.
Yeah, but when you're used to this situation, if you know this is how you're going to run your year, you're just right where you want to be at that point. If you know you're going to start slow, you're going to start picking up more in the July to the June to the August, and then come into September, you have all your rodeos, you have all your count. Your body's a lot healthier than most of these guys that are getting on bulls. And if this is the race you like to run, then he runs it perfectly every year. For me personally, I don't really like being on the bubble in September. I'd rather have that ticket punch to the National Finals Rodeo.
Maybe it gives him adrenaline. He thrives on it.
I don't know. I'm with you. I don't know if I'd like to be on the bubble, but we have to take a short break. When we come back, we have a hometown hero. Preston Peterson is looking at a potential back-to-back win in the tie-down roping at the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo. And all the other champions are going to be crowned. We're getting closer and closer. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be bringing you all that action and more here on Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. We'll see you soon.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Hire, history, heritage, and a hell of a comeback. And Folds of Honor. Honor, educate, unite.
Back to Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. We're getting closer and closer, and the fans know it too. They're ready, and hey, maybe grab some great food that you can get here at the Pendleton Roundup before you take your seats, because you only have 25 minutes until the rodeo is kicking off, and we're going to take you right to it. But have you guys played Rodeo Picks yet? Because we have the Summer Rodeo Run coming at you today. $10,000 up for grab, and it is completely free to play. Scan that QR code, choose the winners that you think are going to come out on top today, watch the action unfold, and hey, potentially win very, very big.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of you guys have your picks up here. I know we're all playing rodeo picks because we're not competitive at all, but who doesn't want to do that?
Well, speaking of my pick in the tie down that I know we're going to get to later, but we have to talk about our higher stakes story, which is Preston Peterson. We mentioned that he is the reigning champion of the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo and a hometown cowboy.
Yeah, hometown cowboy, his family right up the road in Hermiston, Oregon. Watermelon farmers, anytime you have watermelon in this area, it's from the Petersons. And, you know, this kid won this rodeo last year. And you talk about an advantage. He's been coming here since he was born. So knowing the situation is huge. He took advantage of it last year, and he's going to do it again this year. But the cool thing was when he won it, how many laps did he take around? 4?
I think 4.
Yeah,
yes.
4 laps around. And I promise you, I'd have done the same thing. There's nothing like winning your hometown rodeo.
Oh, I agree completely. And who's going to be chasing Preston coming into it is Joel Harris. I wonder if Preston's a little bit nervous about that, or he's like, no, I got him, because we know that Joel Harris knows exactly how to win in any setup, especially here on the grass.
Yeah, them Harris boys, I mean, they can sling with anybody any given time. You know, the San Angelo Gunslingers, that is a dangerous guy sitting behind you with that close. But when you're at a hometowner and you got the fans on your side on the backside of that too, I mean, there's a good chance this is going to come down to a millisecond to win this tie-down roping.
Well, and Ty's making the short round too. Him and Joel are going to be riding the same horse. They come from the head and box side, so it's going to be really neat to see. They're going to transition. They're going to come from that other side. They're riding the same horse. I know those brothers push each other, and so it's going to be a really exciting short round.
It really is. We have the rest of our matchups. All 12 Cowboys that you're going to see. I mean, you got a lot of it's stacked. I'll say that. It's stacked.
It is stacked, but I also love, like, Darnell Johnson from Colorado. You see him, like, it's not just our normal top guys that we always see. Just like Lou said earlier, everybody enters at Pendleton. This is a rodeo they all want to come to, bucket list. So you see a little bit of a different setup here, and guys making it back of the short round that you normally don't see.
Well, staying on that rope slinging side, let's go right into the breakaway, Jordan. I think that you're in this rodeo today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I am going to rope here in just a little bit, so I'm pretty excited about it.
She's my pick, actually. I picked her.
Well, thank you.
What I want to know about for the timed event side, what people don't know too, like they're coming down off the hill, so you guys have a spotter to deal with. Hey, he's at the one, he's a quarter, he's a half, he's a go.
Yeah.
Whether at every other normal situation rodeo, you nod and you see the score out of the box. How difficult is it to handle that at a place that you never, once again, just like the Green Mile, you're never doing this anywhere else?
You've got to have somebody that you count on, and you guys have a strategy and game plan. Yesterday I had Ryan Jarrett down there watching the calf, and he was telling me how fast he was coming, so I kind of knew how to anticipate. You know, the start here in the breakaway, if they're coming down that lane fast, you can go ahead and get rolling because they're already out in front of you. Like yesterday, my calf was loping, and so I let him get out in front of me a little bit and then try to get a running start. So there's a little bit of different strategy for every calf, but you've got to have somebody that you trust that's telling you, hey, because they say, here he is, or he's coming halfway, he's here. And so when they're doing that, you can't really think, you don't know how to react because you haven't, like you said, you haven't done this all year long. So you got to have somebody you trust back there, and then you just got it's a feel.
Well, let's take a look at everyone else that we're going to be seeing here in the short go today. I know a lot of big names and also exciting. Like you said, there's some that maybe you don't see all of the time, but I know Macy Young really needs to capitalize here, and Bailey Bates. We got to talk very quickly about her amazing run that she
Bailey
made.
Bates, nobody reaches on the grass. Like, nobody really wants to stand up on the grass, period. You know this. But yeah, Bailey Bates launched it and threw, all of her rope. She was a 3-flat, made a great run on an average calf, and that's really hard to do here at Pendleton. She is 20th right now in the standings, has 68,000 won, but she's also in the Gov Cup, and so I think that's your spoiler here today. Macy Young, she's 16th right now, so she won a little bit in that first round. She was a clump of 2 7s, and so she also needs to capitalize today. She's also in the Gov Cup. Erin Johnson, she's placing at Abilene. She's not here at Pendleton today, but she's right there on the bubble too. So there's going to be a lot of shifting that we see. The girls here at Pendleton today are going to need to capitalize, and then we'll see how it shakes out in the top 15.
Well, we are so excited that you were able to give us all of your expertise before you have to go, because I think you probably should get going pretty soon.
I should go. Yeah.
Well, we want to wish you the best of luck. We know you're going to do amazing, just like you do on camera. Go back to your day job now. Go rope a calf.
Thank you. I'm going to go enjoy it and run down the hill one more time.
Thank you so much, Jordan Jo. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into our rodeo picks and get you closer and closer into action time. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Ariat. Ready, set, riding boots and jeans that work as hard as you do.
back to Rodeo Live. That's our very own Jo Hollabaugh that was able to join us at the desk, but now she's taken off running because she has to go rope a calf. How amazing was it to get her on the desk talking about the excitement of the Pendleton, and then we'll get to see her rope in Pendleton, which is very exciting. But welcome back, everyone. This is Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. I'm your host, Sierra Spratt, and I'm joined by Tim O'Connell, Luke Branquinho, and now our very own Justin McKee is joining us at the desk. Thank you, Justin, for showing up.
Hey, Sierra, good to be here.
Now, we got to talk about your history a little bit with Pendleton, because I know you have experience behind the mic, but you also have experience holding a rope.
Well, I did rope steers here for about 20 years and had some success. I almost won it about 3 times, finished in the top, I got second, third, and fourth over the years. And this is my arena. This is my favorite place. This is where I won the most checks. And then I got to announce the PBR for about 20 years and announce the rodeo for 7. Then I've been at the Cowboy Channel the last few years because I kind of feel like I live here in the fall.
You definitely do. We even have a picture up here of your career here in the steer rope. That's pretty awesome. Did you get to pick that one yourself? Is that a good one?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, not very. I'm so older. They didn't take very many pictures back then.
They would have said it was black and white if it was
black
me,
and
Justin.
white. Exactly.
We'll talk a little bit about the history of the Pendleton Roundup, because like you said, you basically live here, so you know all about all of the amazing things, including the culture here at the rodeo.
Well, there's a couple of cultures. First of all, it's Wild West, and they do everything they can to make this thing really feel unique in every way. And that includes the Indian culture. It includes the turf grass that can be very dangerous from time to time, the plastic fence and the bull riding. That is wild stuff. You'll see things here you never see. But what I really appreciate is the unity within this community at the highest level to keep coming back for 115 years and give great value to people that visit here and come to watch one of the most spectacular Wild West rodeos in the country.
It's definitely very exciting. And Luke, I know that you have also experience in your event here of the steer wrestling here for many, many years. So talk to us a little bit about the steer wrestling here at the Pendleton and what makes it different, because every event's different here at the Pendleton Roundup.
Yeah, different in a lot of ways. You're coming down a lane and you're on grass and your horse is going, hey, what are you doing? I mean, I love it when I see guys get off their bull horse. Horse stops about, 100 feet, just and sticks her head down and eat. And we see the steers do it too. But yeah, just the turf is so important. And, most steer wrestlers go and get their ankles taped, their knees taped. I mean, because you could hit a rut or you could roll your ankle. I mean, there's so many things that could happen. And in this time of the year, you want to be as healthy and stay as healthy as you can. So a lot of things that happen here at Pendleton don't happen throughout the year in the steer wrestling.
Now, I know you got your eye on a few of the steer wrestlers here coming in. Talk to us about that first one. I believe it is Stetson Jorgensen.
Yeah, and Stetson's kind of been on a mission here, just out of the top 15. If we were looking at it now with what he won in the go round, the first round, he would be in there. This is a chance for Stetson to almost seal and get that ticket punched to the national finals. Him and his wife just had a baby, so I think right before he got to Pendleton Run his first, when they had the baby, he flew up here, won the first round, came back, did good on his second one, is winning the average by almost a second. And Justin, we know how important that is to have as much of a cushion coming into the short round as possible here at Pendleton, because sometimes if you draw on the tougher end, steer might run him a little farther, but he's riding Mabel, and when you're on a horse like that type of horsepower, you could really take advantage of using that to your advantage.
Yeah, second is huge right here. That'll make it a little bit more forgiving at the barrier, which is a big deal. And of course, this is a good old-fashioned aggregate. 3 rounds in the steer wrestling, so you got to stack up those times, and hopefully you're the fastest guy when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and you can see right there where he's at in the standings. And in Stetson's situation, he doesn't have to win first, and we talked about that in the bareback round with Jacek. He needs to go out, make a solid run, and get as much money won as possible. Doesn't necessarily have to push it to go win first. 2 other guys we've seen on there, Mike McGinn out of the top 15, Oregon Cowboy. He's battling to try to get into that top 15. Chance Howard is there now, and he ended up getting through to the playoffs from Puyallup to Sioux Falls. But those 2 guys, they're going to go ahead and need to put the pedal down, get some money won to get in that, or stay in the top 15 or get there.
Now, Justin, speaking of the steer roping then, who do you have your eye on coming in? I mean, you know the standings, you know the field that we're looking at today. Give us a little bit of that insight.
Well, Slade Wood is coming in here with a 2-second lead, and he's a 3-time qualifier to the National Finals Rodeo. He was Rookie of the Year in 2021, qualifying for his first finals. He, like Cole Patterson, is a legacy roper. His dad's been to the National Finals and has won some majors. And Slade, like Cole Patterson, Cole, of course, a 3-time world champion, is going to be riding a borrowed horse. That is a gray horse that he's only been on 3 other times. It belongs to Clay Long, but works really good here. Here's Cole Patterson, also on a borrowed horse. He's riding Thomas Smith. This horse horse. And Cole Patterson has just dominated steer roping for the last 5 years, and he has never won here. He's not even placed in the average. Similar with Wood, too. But Little Man is a horse that he's going to ride, and of course, in steer roping, it is so important to have a strong horse and not very much separating these guys, just 2 seconds.
Now, in the steer, we've been kind of talking about the rest of the events. Do they also do the ice nails? Do they do the special nails here at the steer roping? Because they are, I mean, they're taking a pretty hard left turn.
Yes, all the steer ropers, I think most all of them are using ice nails, and certainly at some point, either on the back or back and the front.
And you mentioned borrowed horses. Do they usually pick horses that might be a little more, smarter on this type of ground, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's right. A lot of the horses that have been raised on a ranch, used on a ranch, cowboyed on in ranch conditions are highly sought after if they're a high-level steer roping horse as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to keep you a little bit longer if you don't mind. And we're all going to scoot down because we have one more very exciting guest that's going to be joining us right after this break. Do not go anywhere. We have that person coming on up.
Rodeo Live is brought to you by Tractor Supply. For life out here.
And welcome back to Rodeo Live, presented by Tractor Supply. We have a great shot there of the Letter Buck room, and they were not allowing us to go in there. Can't believe that. But make your way over there if you can. It's a very exciting place, just like the rest of the arena, the shopping, everything in between. There is so much to do and see here at the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo, and we are so glad that you're able to join us here for this show. I am joined once again by Tim O'Connell, Justin McKee, Luke Branquinho, and our very special celebrity guest, Matt Merritt.
I've never been featured as a celebrity guest. This feels really good. I'm going to hold my shoulders a little differently today.
Now, hold on. I got to say something because we weren't allowed to wear sunglasses and we wanted to. So what's happening there?
Look, these sunglasses give you options.
All right, we'll let it slide.
Thank you.
Now, Matt, you're always right there in the action. I mean, as close as one can possibly be. And we like to do our rodeo picks here on the show every single time. So you should have that insider scoop because you are closer than anybody. Yeah, I'm down there. I'm hearing the sights and the sounds and the noises, and I get to feel the grass and the variation of the track versus the grass. So I feel like my picks are going to be 100% accurate today. Yeah, I think so too. Let's start you off with the bareback riding. My pick that I went with was Jess Pope, of course. Got to go for that name. I think it was a good pick according to my co-host here on my left. Tim, who you got?
It was a great pick. Jess Pope, he's won second at this rodeo 2 different times. He comes in tonight, land of fancy, multiple 90s on this horse, not going to touch that grass. Jess is only 1 point off the lead. He's going to get his first saddle today.
Matt, who you got in the bareback?
I'm going to go with Bradley Miller on Cowtown. I think you're going to hear me say this a lot if I get to pick in every event, but I think people that manifest wins and have the right attitude are who wins. So I'm going to go Bradley Miller in the bareback riding today.
Justin?
Summit Pro Rodeo Game Trail has drawn really tough guys. The number 4 bareback rider in the world, Sam Peterson, and this guy has got the energy. He's going to qualify for his first NFR, so that pressure is behind him. He's going to let it all hang out and probably have more fun. I don't know if anybody's enjoying bareback riding any more than Sam Peterson is right now. Hard to pick against Jess Pope, though.
Last but certainly not least, Luke, who you got?
I'm going to stick with a guy that won Puyallup and is going to keep that momentum rolling, Jacek Frost. We talked about it. He knows that he just has to go win money, so look at him to win money here today and hopefully get that championship.
No way.
All right, rolling right into the tie-down roping. My pick was Preston Peterson. We had to go for the hometown hero. I mean, it seems like he's got some great luck because he won this rodeo last year, but I think that extra special knowing that your entire family is in the stands cheering you on might give you that boost of confidence to win.
Well, it's got to be Ty Harris. I can't ever bet against the San Angelo gunslinger. That guy can win at any given moment. Strikes when he's hot. Pendleton, everything's on the grass, on the line. Ty Harris is the guy.
I'm with him, Ty Harris. That's the fastest guy from the horse to the calf in the business right now.
Oh, man, I don't know. Joel Harris is coming back second. It was hard not to pick him. Preston Peterson made the short go here 3 years in a row. Hard not to pick him. But I'm going with Dylan Hancock. Why? Because I watched him in the wild cow milking at Eldensburg. You talk about a guy that loves it, Wild West style, ain't afraid of nothing, will be going with the hammer down the whole way. Dylan Hancock for the win.
Preston Peterson, he's going to make several victory laps again this year.
All right, going in the breaker rope, and I'm going Bailey Bates strictly because of that 3 flat second run that she made on not a great calf, an amazing run. I'm going Bailey.
I'm going Jordan Jo. That's our teammate on the set. I don't know how she doesn't get it done today. We already talked her up. She knows what to do. She's going to sling it fast. She's going to get a saddle.
I think it's hard to be a prophet in your own homeland, but I think Brittany Carlson from Hermiston, Oregon, wins the breakaway roping today and actually goes around as the first lady ever in the all-around.
Now, Matt, you have an incredible story because you were the one that went up to double-check if she could potentially win the all-around.
I did. I kind of uncovered it. Jordan Jo Hollabaugh asked me to come on the show today, be the celebrity guest pick, and I'm looking through my research trying to figure out who I want to choose, and I realized Brittany has a chance to win the all-around. I have daughters myself. My daughter broke her arm yesterday and competed in 3 rodeo events today, my daughter Etta, and won one of them. So I say it's Girls' Day. Let's take a girl to the all-around championship.
Yeah, Brittany Carlson won $15,000 already. She's the leader for the all-around title. I'm going to go with Jordan Jo because she said she would punch me in the throat if I didn't pick her on live TV.
Same thing he said. She would punch us, and I don't want to be punched.
Well, she didn't tell me that, all right? I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm sorry. All right, going into the saddle bronc riding, I'm going Zach Dallas, really because I know the name, know the guy, like him, think he's going to win.
The black tie, Weston Patterson. They've won this short go the last 3 years in a row with multiple 90-point rides. That is enough to bring him from the back of the pack and get it done for year 4.
He wears white boots because he's a man of the people. He wears the same boots as 70% of the females under 40 in attendance. Lefty Holman today in the saddle bronc riding.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Shellbetter because he's got 5 points ahead of the black tie and Weston Patterson. Shellbetter has won a ton of money, and that horse, Earth's Legacy, 89.5 the last 3 times it bucked.
Yeah, I'm going Lefty because if you ain't left, you're right, and Lefty's going to be right.
All right, going right into the steer wrestling. I've the Chance Howard, which I think that was a good one, Luke. I don't know. I guess we'll find out at the end. Tim, who you got?
I'm going to go with the man down on the end with Stetson Jorgensen. The guy's winning coming in here. He's got a lot on the line. He's got a brand new baby. He needs a saddle to put that baby in.
Stetson Jorgensen, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, I'm going with Stetson all the way.
Stetson, he's going to go get it done, get that saddle, and get that spot to the NFR.
Yeah.
I was clearly not in the group chat for that. All right, the team roping, I'm going Luke Brown and Trey Yates. We got to talk to them a little bit earlier in the show, and that's who I'm putting my money on.
The guys that are consistent, they're always there in the hunt. Dustin and Squeeza, JC Flake.
I'll go Britton Hall and Caden Profili. I mean, I know that's kind of low-hanging fruit, but I like the taste of low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, they got a 1-second lead on the field. This is Nagrick, and I'm doing the same thing, going with the top team.
I'm going to go with kind of a local hometown team, Shane Erickson and Andy Carlson. They've been to this rodeo a lot. They know the setup. They know the situation. And look out for a hometown local team to get it done.
By the way, Andy
All right,
Carlson.
bull riding, I'm going Kai Hamilton, the Australian man. We were able to have him on the show. I think he's going to be doing great because he's on a heater.
Oh, I got to go with Kai John Hamilton, too. Rock and roll. He's on a heater. This is a guy trying to punch it to get his second world title, and Pendleton's going to be the way to get to it.
You know, I got to go with Hudson Bolton. Hudson broke his foot, I guess, 6 or 7 days ago in Albuquerque. 87 points already here at the Roundup. Did really well at Happy Canyon at the Extreme Bulls. That's one event I'm down there for. And I'm telling you guys, Hudson Bolton's got this look in his eye. He's here to win.
Yeah, for all the same reasons, I'm going with that guy. But I'm going to back up to the Andy Carlson comment because he is the husband to Brittany Carlson, who is the likely candidate to be the first female to win the all-around. Husband and wife making it back here today.
Yeah, very good. I'm going to go with Rodeo mate, Kai Hamilton. Going to go get her done.
That was a terrible accent, but that was a good try. The steer roping, I'm going to go Cole Patterson. Justin, I look to you. I hope that was a pretty good pick. I was confident with it.
I'm also going off Justin, but I'm going with Slade Wood. When you got a 2-second lead in the aggregate moving in here, it's got to be him.
I'm going to go with Slade Wood because I don't know anything about steer roping, and everyone I asked said go with Slade Wood. Slade Wood.
Those two guys are peas in a pod. Two of the best athletes I've ever seen in single steer roping. They got all the tools. They got the right horses. And they both have not done well here. What does that mean? They're both due. Cole is more due. Cole Patterson wins today.
Yeah, I did not listen to anything you guys said before I picked. In fact, I think I picked first. I picked Cole Patterson. I think you guys followed me, so that's what I'm going with.
All right, finally, we're going to go into the barrel racing. I mean, I think you guys should have looked to me, but it's fine that you didn't. I mean, who'd you guys pick? I picked Lisa Lockhart.
I mean, I think that's a great pick. I mean, Lisa could possibly be one of the greatest barrel racers of all time, what she's done in her career. But I'm going with Carly Otero, top 5 in the world. Has really no one in front of her in this finals to make this ground up that she needs to get really inside this world title race. Carly Otero is going to come from that little back of the pack, but to get it done on the Green Mile.
So earlier I talked about manifesting wins, and then I talked about being a girl dad, and I talked about Brittany Carlson in the breakaway roping. So I'm going to manifest a win for Brittany Carlson in the barrel racing as well. I want to see a lady all-around champion here. So Brittany Carlson for me.
I'm going to go with Jamie Olson, and she's a little outside of the top 35, but she placed here last year. And her husband is the horseshoe nail expert here. Not only that, but I'm her personal barrel racing coach who gave her the diagram and the plan last year to make the short go in place. Doing the same thing here. I believe in my strategy, and I believe in her. And that ranch horse, talk about ranch horse, that's a barrel racer riding a ranch horse today in the barrel racing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lisa Lockhart, but I got to look at our screen here. Sierra, that's not who you
I know,
actually had.
that's
So
Taylor
Moinkins. Did you
which
swap
I
it
must
out?
have swapped it out because we talked about Lisa, we talked about Cutter, and it's probably on me that I'm thinking, you know what, I might switch. I don't know, Taylor's going to be a great one to pick too. I mean, obviously she's coming in number 1, but Lisa's got, she's got the veteran
I'm going to give you some grace. You pick both of them.
Can I pick both?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sierra gets both.
All right, that's good because I don't feel confident on some of the other ones. It seems like you guys were all picking some different ones in the other events.
Well, I feel like since you have to put up with all of us, we'll give you some grace. Don't you guys think?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. It is a very heavy desk here. I mean, I kind of miss Jordan. You know, it's okay. It's fine. So, Matt, I got to ask a little bit about your experience here at the Pendleton Roundup because it is a little different with that fence that's not really a fence. Bull riding?
The fence in the bull riding is, let's just say, ludicrous. It makes no sense at all. There's bulls busting it down every day, but that's part of the experience, and I love to see all the people on the grass, you know, the photographers, and Jordan Jo was down there yesterday, and I tried to give her instructions on where to sit. I saw her on the panels really early in.
Have you ever been very, very close to that? Have any of you guys been out on the grass watching that?
Yeah, it's crazy. Don't do it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to thank all of you for joining me here today and bringing in all the action for the Pendleton Roundup Rodeo. We cannot wait to get this rodeo started, and we have to get it started right now. I want to thank you so much for tuning in on the Cowboy Channel. Keep up with us on Rodeo Live. We're going to the Governor's Cup next, but right now, it's Pendleton Roundup time. Let her buck.